Numbers. You know what they are. Figures, amounts, percentages. Exciting stuff. Because I think we can all agree, nothing can touch our heartstrings and emotions or stir our sense of caring for others like numbers. Really? No? Let's look at a few numbers. How about 8.2%? That's the Consumer Price Index increase in Minnesota. That's how much less you can buy with $1 than you could a year ago. True, that number affects us all, but we probably all agree that the number affects us differently. Because those who are barely able to buy food or gas or heat now have 8.2% less for it. And how about graphs? Graphs can be dramatic. They get attention, especially when they look like this. The number of emergency financial assistance grants that JFCS provided in 2021 was 116. Just through October of 2022, we've processed 234. Here's another graph to show you. In the summer of 2021, JFCS had an average of 3 emergency applications per week. In the fall of 2022, we were up to 51 a week. And the amount of EFA grant money allowed has increased from $9,000 to over $30,000 per month. There is another way to view numbers. Like when someone's vehicle stops working, the impact reaches 100% of their life. Like the single mother who now can't get to work, safely transport children to daycare, or simply make it to a store to buy food. And the cycle begins. Our EFA grants prevent that cycle from starting. Or the number 30. That is the number of days a JFCS client had before being evicted from her apartment. She was on bed rest before the birth of her child and couldn't work. JFCS helped secure her rent to allow her time after the birth of her child. How about 81? The age of an older adult living alone who was suddenly in need of a new hearing aid but had to choose between the device and his rent. With assistance from an EFA grant, he is now able to hear and continue to live safely with dignity and independence. You see, numbers can be dramatic. Numbers can tell a story. Numbers can tell you the impact on lives. There is not a more direct, immediate, and efficient mechanism to be able to help those in need than through our Emergency Assistance Program. It not only addresses immediate and urgent needs on a person-by-person basis, but for many of our clients, it is a beginning of a conversation and path to solutions and options that bring about positive and sustained changes in their lives in the form of mental health services, career counseling, food and utilities support, and more. Numbers don't lie. They are cold, hard, stare-you-right-in-the-face real, making you see a need in ways you might not have seen before. We need numbers. And we need you to see these numbers. Because when you do, and when you help support the Emergency Financial Assistance Program, these numbers become the numbers that real people and real lives count on. JFCS. Here for all, always.